It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. That is on slot with Rest in Pieces, a wish from the Walrus to Chris. He wanted to take you to pieces, pal.
He was going to show me a thing or two or two or three bitches.
Right. Well, when we left the Walrus,
yes,
he had left you a nasty voicemail.
He did.
He said he's coming to your house.
He most certainly did. He was on his way.
Right. And he was bringing some of his Walrus Nation with him.
Bringing some penguins with him to teach me a thing or two.
Right. So let's continue. So after you received that voicemail, you decided you were going to email him.
I did. Want me to pull it up?
Yeah,
I'll read exactly what I wrote.
the email.
Let's see. We could have probably figured this out in the fucking 20 minutes of music, but that's all right. Let's see here.
So Chris decided, okay, this guy doesn't get the joke. He doesn't understand where we're coming from or where he was coming from.
Right.
And instead of getting his panties in a twist and, coming up here and, causing a ruckus.
Right.
He decided, listen, I'm going to let you in on the joke.
Right. All right, here's what I wrote him back. I have Tim, because his real name is Tim.
Right.
Not Thunder Walrus, believe it or not.
I thought his name was Thunder.
I thought his first name was Thunder, his last name was Walrus.
Right, but he actually has a real Christian name.
He does, Timothy.
Right. Okay.
I said, I have received your messages today, which God knows, how could I not? The fucker wouldn't stop calling.
Right. Well, he was going to teach you a thing or three.
He really did.
I'm blowing up your phone, pal.
That's right. In response, I will apologize for making statements about your family. Can you believe that? Me apologizing? What a bitch I am.
Yeah.
That's out of line, so I apologize for that. I know better, just got carried away.
Sure.
What a fag.
Right.
As for the rest, I was busting your chops, hazing, if you will.
Right.
My premise, whether you took it or not, was to be as far against your positive spin as I could go.
Right.
I was being crude. Was I being crude and raw? Yes. The truth is, I was trying to break you out of your out of being positive on your show.
Right.
By going 900% the other way.
Sure.
To your threat on the phone, whatever, man. I'm no crybaby running to the police to solve what is a disagreement.
Sure.
That said, I would only say that I, too, know how to take care of myself if that's the direction you choose to go.
Right.
My point is this. I've admitted to being wrong and apologized. I hope you'll accept it. Feel free to read this on your show tomorrow if you need to claim victory here.
Right.
I'm being nice.
You are.
Since you claim positivity, I'll assume you'll accept this and we'll consider this over.
Right.
Godspeed to you and yours.
Wow, look at you.
The main man, Satan, Christopher.
Go. Right. Nice. Look at that little GIF in the chat room.
Let me see. Is it some puss?
No, it's actually...
That's him doing his show.
Right. He's talking to people because he likes to talk.
That's right.
Right. So anyway, apparently he accepted your apology because the next day on his show,
yes,
on the Thunder Walrus Radio Network,
that's right,
he decided he would break it down for the 4 listeners.
From the start.
From the start.
Now, you can cut, I have like 10 minutes of audio. I don't think we need to hear 10 minutes
No,
of
I
audio.
don't, but I think you should just key in on, the next morning.
All right, so this is his first talking break once he got back rolling on, what would that have been, Tuesday?
That would have been Tuesday morning.
All right, so here's Tuesday morning after playing his music.
Right.
Good morning, Walrus Nation. It's a beautiful Tuesday here in the Mid-Atlantic. Once again, the sun is shining. The weather is great. Little humidity today, 50% chance of some thunder showers this afternoon, but welcome to summertime. It's always the way it goes. What an interesting day we had yesterday. If you missed it, check the podcast out. It's called The Thunder Walrus Show, Crazy Caller. Look it up. Check it out. Not going to discuss it other than the fact that
he's not going to discuss it, except he's going to discuss it.
Right, and he starts his his show off as Al Roker.
That's right. Hey, it's sunny and 80 degrees here, and let me throw it to the fucking Penguin for the traffic report.
Right.
Penguin, what do you got up there in the Penguin Chopper 3?
Oh!
There you go. That's what I was thinking, too. Fucking idiot.
Conversation was had via email, and all is well. It was really meant to be a prank, and I took it completely the wrong way.
So does that mean that I won?
He did. He actually gives you victory in this.
Did I win?
Yeah, he said you win.
Of course I fucking won.
All right. Go ahead.
Turns out the guy that called in was a shock jock guy from Cleveland. Somebody who has been doing kind of what I do for like 20 years, though. He's been doing this quite a while. He's actually an author.
Yeah, kind of, except professionally and with money and on real radio stations.
I haven't found the Walrus to be shocking.
He's very shocking.
Is he?
I was shocked when I got that fucking "I'm going to come and kill you" fucking voicemail. I was very shocked.
He does what you do what he does. Only you've been doing it longer.
I just have to tell you, I loaded the judge and I sat there not sleeping in a cold sweat in my bed. Just, please don't let him come. Please don't let him come. Please don't let him come.
Right.
That's what I did.
Look at that GIF.
Oh, let me see. See, this is no fun. I hate being the fucking lead.
Yeah.
All right, let me see. What button do I push for that? Oh, this one. No. Fuck. This one. Hey, it's me. It's me doing the happy dance.
Right. That the Walrus isn't coming to kill you.
He's not going to kill me. Fuck yeah.
He's not coming to kill me. He's not coming to kill me.
Except I'd fucking sit on that fucking skinny fuck.
Right. Sure. All right, go ahead.
All right. All right, here we go.
And his attempt was really to try to knock me off my positivity. And that's what it all boiled down to.
That was my attempt?
Yeah, that was your attempt.
Mr. Rankin, you have pushed a button with me, sir. I was trying to be polite to you on my radio show. But now that I went back and read the email you sent to me via PayPal about how bad you hate me, you might want to start hating me at a fucking distance and hating me in silence.
Now, I don't know. That's starting to sound like I might have taken him off his positivity
I
game.
think you got under his skin a little bit.
Is he still positive here?
Wait a minute. I think you got under his pelt.
Well, let me see. There might be positive here. Let me hear this a little more.
Because I know where Clinsburg, Ohio, 44087 is. I know exactly how many miles it is to get there, and I'm looking at a picture of your house right now. Lovely little rancher-style house with a sidewalk in front of it. In 2007, it had a green fire hydrant with an orange cap on it. Wonder if that's still there. May take a ride out to see and bring a few of my friends. Just keep hating on me, dude.
Keep hating on
Keep
me.
telling me to drop dead. And keep insulting my mother. You should have left my mother out of this, you low-life, maggot-cunted prick.
Now, I'm not sure, but that's not sounding positive.
Well, he's not on the Spreaker at this point.
I might have taken him out of his positivity.
I think so. I think you did.
I'm thinking he fell a little outside the positive place.
Right.
All right, here we go. Let me get back to
Good
this.
morning, Walrus Nation.
let's just
Positivity. And that's what it all boiled down to. And so I wasn't in on the gig, on the joke, and he wasn't in on the fact of how quick I respond when you start talking about children and people with disabilities and
He wasn't in on the joke.
No, he wasn't.
That's what made it the joke!
Well, see, you were supposed to plan it with him.
All right, well, you see what, Walrus? I'm going to give you a call. And I'm going to be like, you are a Down syndrome kid, and I'm superior to you.
Well,
and then you're going to say, no, that's not correct. And then I'm going to say, big forehead, kick in the cunt, fucking hate you, you fucking retard. And you're going to say, that's not very positive.
Right.
Is that what I was supposed to do?
Well, you were supposed to work out the bit like Lanigan and Malone. Ugh. You were supposed to work it out.
Fuck that.
You were supposed to write the bit.
Maybe I'm wrong, but what makes this funny is the fact that he didn't get it.
I know.
That was, and this could have backfired hugely if he would have got it. If he would have got it when we did this fucking bit, then it would have sucked.
Yeah.
right?
Sure.
So, all right, here we go.
Less fortunate folks than ourselves, and apparently the onslaught of phone calls, emails, and messages were quick to get him to understand that we didn't take this as a joke and that the Walrus Nation...
Just say it, bitch.
Just turn your mic on, John. It's off right now. The mic's off, John. The mic is off, John.
Turn the mic on, Dick.
I'm not used to microphones with an on-off switch. All I was saying was, dude, if you need a beer, let me know. I'll go grab it for you.
Well, go get me one.
And by the way, Kelly's egging you on to call him live now.
No.
What, the Walrus?
No, we don't.
No.
We don't need to do that.
Not at 11. Not at midnight.
Plus, we're not even done with the story yet.
I might wake his mom up.
And did you guys notice that when he's like on the voicemail, he still had his radio voice?
Well, he has a smoker's voice.
Yeah, but it's just the like, I'm the Walrus on my show, and I'll do this. And when I call people on their voicemail, I still talk like I'm on the show.
Right.
Which part of this?
I'm telling Aiken that he's a fucking prick, and he talked about my mother and retard.
Hey, John, which part of this impression is getting me a beer?
The one that's getting, and the Pokemon.
You do got some great titties, Steffi. I will say that. Jesus. Let me just tell you, the other night, I'm over at John's, and we're drinking heavily. I'm switching totally.
We're getting the...
We'll get to this.
We're getting derailed from the Walrus.
Steffi's tits will derail just about anything.
Right.
But we're over at his house, and Steph, for whatever reason, is changing, and those fucking melons were popping out like a black man would have been fucking spitting seeds. They were so fucking full and supple. Holy shit.
Why do you have to be a black man?
Well, a white man would have been too.
Right.
White man would have swallowed those seeds, if you get my drift.
Sure. All right. All right, well, get back to the Walrus here and his claiming giving you victory.
All right.
Is nothing to be messed with, and he very quickly cleared up, hey, man, this was just a stunt. Sorry, no harm intended. And it was cool. You know, the guy's not, turns out the guy's not a dick. He's not.
Turns out I'm not a dick. I got you fooled.
Now, how did he gather that from your email?
I don't know, because that literally was the only communication I had with the guy.
So he gathered from that email that you're not a dick.
You know what? I think he looked up all the other shit.
Oh, okay.
I have a because I never told him that I was a shock jock.
Right,
either.
I know.
He got that from like the website or whatever, but he's like, all right, this guy writes books. He fucking does radio. He must be something real.
All right.
I guess. I don't know. Walrus, I am a dick. But we'll continue. Hey, you don't have to agree, Steffi. Shut up.
He's check him out. Check out Chris Aiken. Well, you probably did. The Chris Aiken book website and all that. The guy's not an ass. It turns out he is a shock jock kind of guy, and was in an attempt to try to pull me off of my positivity.
I don't think it was an attempt. I think it worked.
Well, he's going to give you credit.
I think it worked.
He's going to give you credit.
All right.
And on air, and it didn't go the way he intended. Would have loved to have played along if I would have known, but I got to know it's a joke before I'll play, because I like.
See, that's why it's the joke. Is because you didn't know you were being punked.
Yeah, the joke. Look, the show Punked allegedly wasn't planned.
Yeah,
that's the joke.
Yeah, you don't script this kind of stuff.
No, you just do it.
It happens, and that's why it's funny.
And if it would have failed, we'd have still played it on the show as a total fucking bomb.
Sure,
of course we would have. All right, here we go.
I like to have a good time, but there's just certain things. Don't be mean to women and children around me, and damn sure don't pick on people with disabilities.
You're right. Women are not fucking sloppy cunts, and fucking Down syndrome children are not hysterical.
Right.
You are absolutely right.
Don't pick on somebody weaker. And when it's somebody with disabilities, because I've seen a woman or two that could turn around and whoop your ass.
So did I. She was trying to get free water at the fucking store. She will whip your fucking ass.
Right.
Fucking douche.
I've seen it happen. Dude get crappy with a chick, and she turn around and just waylay their ass. I've seen some kids that weren't necessarily kids when it comes to getting down and getting dirty. But somebody with disabilities, you're going to pick on somebody like that? Yeah, no. We're not going that route.
We're not going that route.
I was going that route.
We're not going there.
I'm going that route.
We're not going there, pal.
I like 5-year-olds with 5 heads. I like to pick on them.
Sure.
I love to laugh and laugh about 3 chromosomes short of a dozen. I find it funny.
Hey, we're not going there. I told you.
No, we're not going there.
All
right. Back to this.
So, Spoo and Charlotte Midnight Rider and a few others and myself were very instrumental in continuing to contact this individual.
Now, I will give him credit there.
Yeah.
Unlike any other war we've ever had,
Sure.
these motherfuckers called me a lot.
Yes.
The total count was 79 phone calls.
Oh, my question is who has that time in the day to keep sitting there calling the
Dude,
same number?
it was literally every 5 minutes.
Right.
From 9:45 a.m. when he gave out my phone number on the air
Sure.
until 6 p.m. when I contacted
Right.
him.
Right.
It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
79 calls.
Sure.
So I'll give him that. He's got a loyal 4.
Yeah, he does.
Very loyal.
That's
4.
the Walrus Nation.
They're very loyal.
And then an email was sent that I read to a few people. I didn't publicize it, but you knew about the donation thing. Everybody knows about it. I was asking for some support to try to help keep the show on the air, and he made a donation to me with a very nasty email attached to it that mentioned my mother.
Oh. So this got him all upset.
He was very upset.
So
he refunded my $1.
Yeah, so he couldn't just say, "Hey, you know what? I put myself out in the public forum. I'm going to get this kind of shock jockery or criticism or anything."
Here's the question. Let's just say, and I still haven't done it, even though I said I was going to. I have not put up the PayPal link that you wanted to test.
Right.
Because I'm a lazy fuck, and plus
Sure.
I find it disgusting.
Sure.
But let's just say I did.
Okay.
And somebody donated $1 to you
Okay.
and said, Neeley, I think you suck the dick of fucking 12 short-cocked Asians.
Right.
And I also think that your mother fucking is sucking Satan's dick in hell.
Right.
Would you give back the $1?
I'd still spend
You
it.
fucking put that right in your pocket,
Yeah, I'd
right?
take that 80 cents
I would.
minus the PayPal charge.
But he had to teach me a lesson.
Right.
By sending me my $1 back.
Right. I'm not taking your nasty money.
I've got integrity, fucky.
Yeah.
I'm $1 less rich, but $1 more prideful.
Right. I'm not taking your dirty money.
That's right, fuckhole.
And when I went back and read that, because the donation was last week, so this was like a week-long process of him building this. He sent me the email. Then when that didn't get any response from him, he tried the call-in route, and I recognized the name. Once I called the number back, got the information.
How did he recognize the name? There should have been so many donations that mine shouldn't have stuck.
Right. Right.
Except there was probably one donation and one phone call.
Well, the question is that he assumes that this was a plan of attack.
Yeah.
That you let it build up for a week.
No,
this was all just spontaneous. Hey, let's do that.
This was me barely awake on the couch, laying there, and Mikey saying, "I dare you to call."
Right. There was no plan there at all.
There was Mikey saying, "I dare you to call," and throwing me the phone number.
Sure.
I don't even think I sat up, did I?
No, you just kind of like, give me the phone number. I'll call.
I was like, fuck it, I'll call. I don't care.
Sure.
All right, here we go.
And now I'll be honest with you. We looked up his house. Google Maps is a great thing. I called and left him a message describing his house to him. I told him, look, I'll come to your front door, dude. I want to know what the issue is. Because he told me he hated me in this email and things. It was just a misconstrued joke, though. The guy is not a dick. He's not the person he was portraying to be with the phone call or the email. He was just trying to get me off of my happy spot, and he figured out how. He was successful. He won.
Thank you.
because not on air, but off air, when I went back and read some emails and things, and then he definitely got a response that he wasn't looking for and cleared the air very quickly. Hey, dude.
Mr. Aiken, you have pushed a button with me, sir. I was trying to be polite to you on my radio show, but now that I went back and read the email...
Fuck. I'm hitting this fucking thing so much that it won't play.
Right.
I don't know what I did.
Just destroying everything over there. Did you kill your machine over there?
Email you sent to me via PayPal about how bad you hate me. You might want to start hating me at a fucking distance and hating me in silence. Because I know where Twinsburg, Ohio 44087 is. I know exactly how many miles it is to get there, and I'm looking at a picture of your house right now. Lovely little rancher-style house. The sidewalk in front of it. The 2007, it had a green fire hydrant with an orange cap on it. Wonder if that's still there. May take a ride out to see and bring a few of my friends.
So there you go.
What? I'm assuming Google Voice.
Down in the corner.
Google Voice says the year?
Google Earth.
Or Google Earth, whatever.
Yeah, the picture has it down in the corner.
Whatever.
But anyway, regardless of that.
Yeah. All right, do you want to hear more of this thing? Or, I mean, does he go more?
Just a little bit.
Did you note, real quick, did you notice how he basically said that when he left you the voicemail, that, like, that's when you backed off? Like, he's basically attributing his voicemail to you all of a sudden being nice to him.
Well, I'm gonna tell the honest to God's truth here. I backed off, not because I had any kind of worry. You know, I mean, please.
For yourself.
For myself, please. I have guns.
Yeah, but he's the walrus, dude.
Yeah, okay, well, walrus meat fucking still dies. You know, walrus meat hit with that judge will be still fucking walrus splatter all over the fucking sidewalk. My honest-to-God concern was more Mike Jr. and Mike Sr., who are selling their house in 2 weeks, and I didn't want their house to get fucking fucked up. That was my honest-to-God fucking thought process.
Right.
I did not, and I even told Neeley that on the phone.
Sure.
Was that I did not want to cause a problem over there in Maryland.
Right.
You know, it's one thing to fucking threaten somebody 350 miles away. It's another thing to threaten somebody 10 miles away.
Absolutely.
So I was like, all right, well, I'll just fucking, you know, I'll play the game.
Right.
And then really, I didn't have any real beef. I just wanted to fuck with this guy.
Sure.
So that was kind of the fucking way it went.
Right.
So
Your apology was disingenuous. You
no,
evil
no, it
bastard.
it wasn't disingenuous because in fairness, I probably shouldn't attack the guy's mom. I'll take that the same way that I wrote it. I shouldn't have gone there. I should have kept my attack to this guy, but I didn't. So, and that's fine. You know, look, I am never one to say that when I'm riffing off the cuff that I'm fucking perfect at it and that I'm a fucking upstanding guy. I'm a monumental cocksucker when I'm trying to fuck with somebody. And in this particular instance, sure, I wanted to fuck with this guy, but I probably shouldn't have gone to his family and whatever.
Sure.
And that's what I said.
Sure.
I have no problem with apologizing for that.
Right.
None at all.
Still no apology for ripping on retards.
Why would I? They should be fucking aborted anyway.
Hire the handicap. They're fun to watch. I
You
guess.
know what? Just fucking get you know what? Every parent should get a hanger, and when they get the fucking sonogram, they should know. Here, use this end.
I'm hearing gasps over here on my right-hand side.
Use this end. See that hook? It's not for fish.
Right.
You're going to hell, bro. You're going straight to
No,
hell.
hell's coming to me, motherfucker.
Right. All right, just play a little bit more.
All right, let me see.
Women and children around the donation up his house. Google Maps. Apologetic, very gentlemanlike, and very much a man about it. And I sorry I didn't get the joke, dude. Sorry. I am. He got me. He got me off my happy spot because in a few of the voicemails I was rather nasty with him. After I.
Do we need to play it again?
No. No, we got other stuff to get to, so let's wrap this up here pretty quick.
All right.
I had discovered and went back and put all the pieces of the puzzle together. And again, that was a situation. That wasn't an issue. That became a situation, and it's dealt with, and it's went on. And you know what? You find the positive in everything. You know, I found another guy out there like me who's just trying to do his thing and entertain people. He's written a...
All right, I'm thinking this is done.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about my great book and
Sure,
blah, blah, blah,
sure,
blah, blah.
sure,
Whatever.
sure.
I wrote a fucking book. I
Well,
got it.
I got a message for the Walrus.
All right, what is it?
How many fans do you think Howard Stern tracked down personally and threatened to come to their house and beat him up because they didn't like what he
Well, I'm thinking the count might be 0 at this point.
How many people did Imus ever threaten and go to their house and beat them up?
I'm thinking probably 0.
Yeah. How many people have you threatened to beat up because they called in and got you off your happy spot?
But you know what? I hate to say this, but when I was on the metal show, I used to challenge people constantly when they would call in and talk shit. I'd tell them point blank, come to the station.
Yeah,
I'll be
but you
outside
didn't.
at
But you
12:02.
didn't like Google Earth their house, and
No, I
I'm,
didn't go
I'm
to all that
coming there
level.
with my friends, and I'm going to beat you up. And
But I'd be lying if I said that I did not fucking punch 1 or 2 guys right in their fucking mouth.
yeah, but the thing is you said, yeah, bring it down here.
and I did.
But
and
but you didn't hunt them.
No, I wasn't going to go looking for it. But
Well, that's my point.
Whatever.
You were hunting them.
look, the bottom line is that the Walrus got it, and I'm good with where it went.
Next time you do something like that, make sure you give them the heads up and plan it out instead of sandbagging them like that.
Yeah, next time I will. I'll be very thought out about my fucking attacks.
Well, make sure you plan your bit.
All right, I'll do that.
As your program director, I want you to plan your bits from now on.
Whatever you say, XM Serious.
All right. Well, what do you want to jump into now?
You want to talk about fucking fuck, am I drunk? Do you want to talk about fucking Hairband Jennifer?
Yeah, let's get into that.
All right. What time is it? Is it midnight? Yeah, let's go to Hairband Jennifer.
Because did you find her email yet?
No.
Well, why don't you find her email? Because I'm really curious as to how she decided she was going to stir the bee's nest with us.
All right. How about this? Couple of fucking shitty tunes, and then we'll fucking come back and
All right.
and we'll do Jared. No, I'm playing Gatlin. That's why I said a couple of shitty tunes. It's all Gatlin and APG right here on Shitbag Radio.
You know you're going to get something from Bartek in the chat room actually asking for it.
You know what? Fuck Bartek. He likes Nostradamus, which makes great sense to liking Gatlin. Fucking fag.
Oh, boy, I'm
That's
so glad
right,
I came over
Bartek.
here.
That's right, Bartek. I said it. Turbo rules. Nostradamus is faggy shit, and the new album's going to suck a cock. What do you think of that?
Play some Van Halen.
No.
Yes.
Nope. Yes. Fuck you.
You're not getting any head from Kelly if you don't play any Van Halen.
I'm not getting any head from Kelly anyway. What I'm going to get is fucking tunes.
Yeah, just friends. Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe I'm getting tunes. My fucking shit won't fucking...
That's what happens when you beat that desk over there.
You had to go there.
Motherfucker! Oh, he might not be playing tunes. What the fuck happened here? Hit the old refresh button.
That's why I got everything on the old hard drive.
That's because you're old-fashioned.
You can just instantly access. You don't have to depend on the internet to
I'm
get your
new
cloud.
school. I'm new school here.
Yeah, and that's why it doesn't work. Because you got to go to the cloud.
I hate to say it, but it really isn't working. So we might be just talking.
All right. Well, let's.
Are we still connected even?
Well, let's. I don't know. Are we connected?
Maybe just hit the desk really hard a few more times and see.
Wow.
I damn sure knew what I was saying. Of course I did.
It's all good. Whatever.